And as you can see, Veno banned out, which was one hero I'd like to see coming from WG, which won't happen anymore. And yeah, I mean, right now here, BoomID, I think their playstyle is kind of obvious. They have very strong lanes. They emphasize on heroes that can kind of own the lane on on their own if they're left alone. Like for example, previous game they had the Bloodseeker constantly in the off lane after that head start, putting pressure, not allowing Velo to return to that lane. And if they ignore him, he gets tower damage or just goes around and killing the supports. At the same time, they put emphasis on winning Dreamocell's lane so that he can kind of snowball with the head start he had. But I hope WG this game has better heroes in terms of cores that can kind of lane on their own and not kind of just get run over and rely on the supports. They always open up with these two supports, the duo pair, sorry, not MK and Rubik specifically, but a duo pair, which means that they can't, as you said, fall back and rely on the fourth position hero to make the movement on their own, or have that scaling. For example, Visage as a fourth position could also work quite well in a team like WG. But I just don't really like this duo opener because it limits a lot of their support movement.
5 seconds remaining.
It does, and I agree with what you said about picking cores that are self-sustainable in the lane. Well, okay, I do agree as well that that the team needs to start playing around Velo. They need to start playing around Miracle, especially since, like, if you think about it, Firo hasn't exactly, I don't want to say hasn't really performed, but he hasn't really lived up to expectations when you compare him to other mid laners in the C region. Like even right now, you compare him to Dreamocell, you compare him to I don't know, Mushi, you compare him to even Nana, for example, who does play the occasional mid when they rotate the roles from the games we've casted. There's a very, very clear difference in the mid laners. I'm not sure they call it mechanical skill, but it just feels like it's mostly down to experience. So yeah, maybe they need to start figuring out a game plan, or even just a play style which just revolves around Miracle, which seems to favor him a bit more, I feel, especially since he does come from Singapore, and even from the first departure days, where anyone would say that, yeah, if you want a team to succeed with Miracle, then you need to play around him, and he will carry you. So we'll see. I mean, this could be the Monkey King carry. It could be Firo playing the Monkey King. I mean, they pick up the Kunkka. Maybe they're bringing back some of the Sing Sing days with the Kunkka mid, but I highly doubt that's the case. Should be the Kunkka support. Kunkka support's actually pretty decent against Batrider, isn't it?
Yep, I mean, in terms of actually getting kills in a lane, it's very flexible. He can definitely own the Batrider's lane if he plays with the Rubik together at the start. At the same time, this is kind of not what we were expecting them to do, because like we said, we want an emphasis on the laning phase, and again, it seems like WG will rely on that duo support roaming to set up kills and make their early game work out. But we'll see how it is. I mean, we do see BoomID picking a lot of heroes that can kind of do a lot in the early game. They have strong laning presence. They can roam after the laning phase, or even very early in the first night. I don't see how they can actually stop the Night Stalker in the very first night, especially if their cores aren't self-sufficient in the laning phase. It should be fairly easy for them to just run upon middle or the enemy jungle. The Night Stalker gets those deep wards that most heroes in the fourth position these days can do. MK is one of them who can just kind of jump from tree to tree, go very deep undetected, and getting those deep wards to spot either enemy movement or even just to infiltrate the jungle and kind of farm in their side of the map. But we'll see what WG picks here, because I believe this fourth pick here will kind of dictate how they want to play the game.
I know this is
they
kind of
do
random.
have to play
Ursa comes in. Yeah, okay, I know this is kind of random, but when I think Monkey King and I think of the new hero coming in, which is the Armadillo or Pangolin, is it just me, or is it that it just feels like Ice Frog's bringing in all these weird animals into Dota? So like we're basically becoming Zootopia.
Okay, I mean, I guess the kind of Armadillo or whatever that hero is, it kind of resembles a little bit like MK though. The way he looks and the way he kind of moves. I mean, they're mobile. They probably won't be that tanky either, like the Armadillo hero.
Kind of follows the theme.
But they should be both damage dealing heroes, so.
I know you said you wanted one of the two new heroes to at least be a mid hero, something fun, some new hero which perhaps might shake up the meta a bit. Maybe some patch notes like nerfing Necrophos, wink wink, Ice Frog, please, nerf. Alright, so Warriors Gaming, they go back to the Miracle Ursa, Boom ID going for the Queen of Pain. Right, so these are basically just some heroes, standard heroes which they'll fall back on. Is this like a Furio Monkey King? We've never seen him play this so far, have we? Like, so far he's played, DK, I think it was Death Prophet, and in the last game, Lina. Just a very traditional mids. So Monkey King could be that hero which, kind of helps them figure out that this is a playstyle they should be going with. I mean, I'm just speculating here.
Yeah, it's a little weird if they do Ursa and the MK as the two carry and middle, because they're both melees. They kind of essentially do the same thing together. They kind of just want to get in the fight quickly, burst the guy down, which is not ideal here, because if they don't have the head start, then it'll be very hard to play the game. They do have global to kind of counter initiate. They got the Night Stalker to give that early game advantage and the presence at night with the vision. They can't really pop the Queen of Pain either, especially if she does decide to go for a Yule's pickup early. So maybe I could consider seeing a MK offline here, actually, which could be more interesting than as a mid or carry.
I mean, I'm okay with the mid Monkey King. If you follow the Chinese zodiac, I am born in the year of a monkey, so I've always liked Monkey King no matter what, until the nerfs. So I'm happy to see some Monkey King cores. I mean, do you remember like when Monkey King first came out, everyone was like, oh, the way to counter this here is pick Timbersaw, and then you realize Timbersaw is just gonna get wrecked even harder in the lane.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Well, I mean, what heroes were actually picked up against Monkey King when he first came out? Was it like... I think we saw the occasional Night Stalker back then before it was even in the meta.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it comes down to, I think back in the day, cutting trees. I think that's what most people were thinking, is if you can't just jump to a tree, or if you cut the trees and he's on the tree and he gets stunned for like such a long duration. But then people realized his third was the biggest problem, that you can't actually lane against it if you're melee especially. But here we go, Naga, and this is a miracle hero.
The Miracle Naga. Oh, PogChamp. Guys, we're in for a treat. It is the Miracle Naga. We have not seen this in a while. This can either be a Resident Sleeper game, or this can end really, really badly. But, alright, Boom ID, they did pick up the Razor before the Naga came out, but still, Naga against Queen of Pain. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really, really fun. I have not seen a Miracle Naga in a really long time. Even in the Singapore tournaments, I have not seen a Naga siren. So, like the moment that pick came out, I just went full PogChamp. Like my face just scrunched up, the duck lips and all. So,
I do really like the WG's lineup here.
I do. So do I, dude. I'm about to go all Kappa Pride over this Miracle Naga because, I mean, let's face it. This was the hero which put him on the map.
Yeah.
And, alright, so there we go. What do you think? Do you think they have a draft which can actually which create space for this Naga? Do you think this is a good Naga game? Because I feel like Boom ID have actually really good heroes at just shutting down the map, especially if the Night Stalker.
Boom ID, a lot of it will rely on the early game. This game here, even if WG is behind, they can kind of split the game up, find kills. They do have heroes with a lot of burst damage. This is why I suggested that Vilo should be playing on the MK instead, because the Ursa and the MK kind of fill up the same role, and if they lose early game, then they can't really come back by splitting or different options. They would be forced to take fights even though they're behind. Similar case to the last game, but since they put the MK in the off lane and the Naga as the position 1 technically, because the Ursa will be more of a fighting hero in this scenario, then I agree with what they got here. So they have two heroes here that can constantly fight, which would be Velo's offlane MK and the Ursa, while the Naga can make his own thing until he gets Radiance. He just constantly farms, pushes the lane out with his illusions, obviously, and once he has Rad, he'll kind of open up the map for his team. He'll push out 2 lanes with his illusions, and then Boom will be forced to defend those lanes that are pushed in. That's when the MK or Ursa can come in and go for the pick-off plays here. Either that, or they play on the opposite side of the illusions and force the enemy team to kind of sacrifice one side of the map. So that means WG will be able to farm more in that scenario. And Razor is not really great here against Naga. Naga matchup as well for middle lane. If they do decide to put the Naga against the Queen of Pain, it's extremely good because you can get rid of the Poison Dagger with the illusions. So you just wait for him to poison, you chuck your illusions up, and you stand at the Queen of Pain while you just farm the creep wave. So it's a pretty nice matchup unless he decides to not even get poison. If he does know the matchup, which he probably should, this is Drumo Cell we're talking about, who played so well last game. He should know that the Poison Dagger middle against Naga is not ideal, and he might just go for the Scream straight away.
Yeah, we have seen some players go. I think it was like, was it Cuckoo or was it Raging Potato the last time we saw that? And he just instantly went to the Scream, like you said. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that like these players at this point, because they're so experienced and at such high MMR and all, they should know these tiny details. So we'll see. Is it safe to say, Darcy, that we both want to see a Game 3, so we're hoping for Warriors Gaming and for the Miracle Naga to work out here?
30 seconds to battle.
Yep, that's for sure.
Alright, so you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. We are predicting on the caster's table, at least from my table in Singapore and his table in Australia, that we will see Game 2 going to Warriors Gaming. We haven't seen a Miracle Naga in like a really long time. Even when he's played with Fnatic, even when he played with Mineski, we never really saw Naga. I mean, the closest we saw a Naga even when he was a Mineski was his Lifestealer. Do you remember? I think that was it Boston where he played Lifestealer Manta Star Radiance.
Yeah, I can't remember that. That was a little weird.
That was the one where Reddit was just like, okay, Miracle, I know you really want to play Naga, you miss playing Naga, but it doesn't mean you go for Radiance Manta Star on every hero. I mean, it was a coincidence, I swear. Like, he went 2 heroes which weren't Naga and went Manta Radiance, but we'll see. So, tell me a bit more about the top lane. You see Velo, he's already stealing the creep wave. How does Velo do against the Razor here?
Well, badly. I mean, it's a very bad matchup for Velo in terms of actually playing the lane normally. Let's say he goes up to the creeps, hits the creeps, he's just going to get static linked and bullied out of the lane very easily. MK stats are very bad as well. He doesn't have high armor, he does have decent damage and okay speed, but he's very squishy, he doesn't have much HP or armor, so it's very hard for him to actually sustain himself in the lane unless he has a good matchup, which in this case he does not. But the way he's going to be playing the lane is he's just going to jump from tree to tree and leech as much XP as possible. As you saw from the very first wave, he kind of dragged the creep like a Furion back in the day with the Treants, how would drag the creeps and go back to your tower to actually be able to farm that first creep wave. And as you can see, the lane, because of that, is closer to him than it is to the enemy, which means he should be able to leech XP very easily here, or even just aggro the creep so that he can get the last hits, which he's doing very effectively as we speak. The Sansa will be forced to pull to kind of get the lane back to his own tower, trying to get that static. But the MK itself
hold on,
has
Fiero. Tons of napalm stacks piling up the telekinesis to slow him down, but Jokam wants to go with the Void. Fiero getting very, very low. Quite scary there, but okay, Darcy, what you were saying?
Yeah, I mean, Sansa is not a hero that can kind of solo zone out the MK here as well, so Velo should have a good time up the top lane. Now the question is the middle and bottom for WG. I mean, we do have the Naga versus the Queen of Pain, and he did opt to go for that poison, the Shadow Strike, 1 point on that, which is a little weird. And in the bottom lane, obviously the Batrider and Night Stalker playing together, which will have a lot of pressure on the Ursa lane. And the Batrider should farm pretty good here. So we should be seeing a fairly fast drums in this kind of matchup. And we need to worry about the Night Stalker. Once he has the first nighttime, he'll be playing with the Bat and the Queen of Pain. So that's what WG needs to watch out for after the laning phase.
But he's not exactly getting levels, is he? Like 2.5 minutes in, he's still stuck at level 1. It's not a big start.
Bottom lane here.
Fiero again. This bear getting a bit too cozy with those napalm stacks and Firefly. But over in the bottom lane, they do go for the static link like you said. Velo does leap away. Whew, what is that range? Yeah, it's 1,000 range, so the tree dance is really, really strong.
Yep. Screen does come to the middle lane to help out Miracle's Naga a little bit. He is struggling a little bit. I believe he is bringing his bottle out. Yep, he is currently getting his bottle from the courier. And he will be probably bottle crowing at this point as well, to just keep spamming his illusions with the Riptide combo.
I think, like, with the Naga, do you usually prefer to max out your illusion, your mirror image first, or do you want to go into the Riptide? Because I think there's, like, certain situations where you would max out the mirror illusions just so that you can harass way better. But hold on, hold that thought. Bottom lane, X marked into the Torrent. Can they go into Joe Cam here? Pharaoh goes with the other split. Alright, and Joe Cam should be going down first, but to screen. But Saint De Lucas will actually be really close to bringing up Pharaoh. They're trying to bait him in. He knows that he has 9-stick charges, so can't really go for the kill. But I think even with if napalm stacks are piling up, it doesn't really matter.
Dreamo Cell outplaying Miracle up here in the middle lane. He does go for the top rune. He preemptively blinks to the rune. It does spawn, and it was a regen, forcing the Naga to kind of go back to base now.
Meanwhile, Fly Solo about to lose his own bounty rune to Joe Cam. And yeah, now that it's the first night time, you said that you were worried about this, especially since Night Stalker, you know, he has increased movement speed and all. Yep, so Batman looking around, looking for that Naga Siren, but won't find anything. He's just checking around for stacks as well. Doesn't have any wards, so he can't get any deep wards in. And top lane, Naga's actually TP to the top. Wow. Wait, why is Miracle TP to the top? They want to try for a kill here, going for the Primal Spring onto Kescute, but Miracle, well, they really want to kill. This is forcing the issue really fast, isn't it? They want to kill Kescute here. Alright, so the Plasma Field comes down and Miracle will have wasted his time coming to this top lane. Going for the mirror image. They want to chase after Miracle. He's really low with the Void. Miracle dies. So that rotation, it was questionable.
Let's just say interesting.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Like, Miracle's level 4, Dreamo Cell is level 6. That has to be a really bad sign for you there.
I know the reason to it, but it's still quite bad that Miracle was the only one rotating bottom lane here. The Batrider getting core here. Furo does not have a point on his W regardless, but Green gets them. And he's down.
And Velo goes down
at the
one
same
more time.
Yep. And this is not looking good again for WG. They are again losing the lanes. Like I said before, they have a lineup where they can come back from a heavy start, a heavy loss at the start of the game, but at the same time they are versing Night Stalker, Queen of Pain, and Batrider, which are heroes that can kind of take control of the game early and just control your side of the map very easily with the vision game. And that will kind of cause the Naga to farm a little less than normal. And this is where Night Stalker comes in. He can just go to the enemy jungle, get those wards out, and
Miracle in some trouble. They have the Sonic Wave. Miracle goes down. Dreamo Cell has no more mana. Do they still want to commit for this kill? I don't think they have the heroes or the damage, but okay, now that Velo comes in, maybe they do. Yep, going with the Boundless Strike, Telekinesis lift back. They have the X mark as well, so even if it does want to blink up. Alright, with the Torn, do they have enough damage? Yes, they do. Velo getting the Jingu Mastery.
But at the bottom lane, the same time that happens, Furo goes down.
And Boom ID, every time they know that heroes, they have the numbers advantage, they just go for these really good trades. And I have to say, they're really very quick at the decision making. Usually, you know, some teams, they kind of hesitate, but these guys, they're like, oh, okay, they're jumping this hero, let's go for the trade. No hesitation, and I like that a lot. Alright, so CS wise, you can see a huge difference already. Like, your Naga and your Ursa, they're kinda behind. We look at the Razor and the Queen of Pain, both top of the CS chart. I mean, there's no surprise there. They even have the kills.
Bottom lane here, they're baiting out the Batrider.
Oh, looks like they might even get the kills here. Night Stalker, Torrent up onto the Batrider. But with the last word and the curse of the silent, Furo he's trying to run away, but Joe Cam, they realize that Furo, they can tilt him here. Yep, he's gonna be so tilted after dying a second time like this.
Green's not safe either. He does have 10 stick on the Night Stalker if he does decide to choose. They do have a ward here, so this is the time where they'll get that deep ward out to scout out the Naga whenever he's farming the jungle, which means that the Queen of Pain can always blink up and kind of force the Naga out of his own jungle here.
Oh, they're trying to bait him under the shrine. Screen, X mark, where's the Torrent? They're looking for one more hero, but the shrine's gonna expire really soon. Joe can think about going back in. He has the Void one more time. Screen. I don't think you were outplaying Joe Cam. You just got baited. Torrent gonna be off the mark. They're just going to keep right-clicking him down. They do not have the vision in this daytime now. And he's just gonna keep on taunting. Alright, looks like he
turnaround
Jabate and the, what do you call a double Jabate?
Oh, but the Queen of Pain is also here. So this
oh,
is
Queen of Pain finding screen. And it looks like they will find 2. So +4 intel to the silencer. Velo coming in, getting those hits into Dreamer's out. Oh, that strike. We'll find Kescute as well. We are gonna see a quad Jabate happening here between both these teams.
That's your best.
See Dota low.
And sweet.
Miracle heading straight to the top lane.
still,
Wait, what's
we
happening,
still haven't
Godon?
seen that ward though. I mean, this is what Boom wants to do. They want to play very aggressive from the start to finish. They want to kind of snowball into a point where the Naga doesn't have enough farm quick enough to kind of start playing his own game.
Oh, Velo, they want Joe Cam. Where's the strike? Just hit him. Just hit him. Oh, hit him again. With that strike. That's right. Alright. Oh, okay. They get the stun to the Queen of Pain, but Miracle has no mana. Still trying to build into a Ring of Aquila.
Queen of Pain will probably go for this though. Nope, decides not to. He did have the combo to finish off Velo, but he's scared that there's backup here.
Now just waiting for the shrine as well, but unfortunately there is no shrine. And Miracle, he's actually opting to go for the Radiance straight away. No Arcane Boots this game. Usually, I think we see Nagas, they tend to go for the Arcane Boots so that they can have, you know, more mana. Opting to go for Clarity
and
instead.
it's also an item that can build up into Octarine afterwards as well, so it's not an item you waste. But in this type of game, he really needs to just get his rats so they can start playing that split push game and kind of pick them apart once the creep waves are pushed out. And hence why he's been ferrying his clarities as well. The Kunkka does have arcanes as well to help him out here, so probably that's one of the main reasons that why I didn't get it.
So right, we're gonna see if this Miracle can truly 1v5 if he can live up to those Naga days. Dream Cell getting torrented up into the air, but that's about it. Furo still doesn't have his Morbid Mask. He's actually going for the Blink Dagger first. I would have thought you want to go for the Morbid Mask at least so that you can solo Roshan. But it doesn't look like he'll even be given the chance to get it this game. Alright, so Kunkka now getting level 6.
Mask. Ooh, middle lane though here. The Kunkka's a little bit
Saint
in trouble.
Lucas. Oh, but the Boundless Strike, the Global Silence is going to be there to help them disengage, and it looks like Kunkka will still die anyways. Fly solo, they get the Telekinesis lift, and they will find Dream Cell. Trying to go here into Saint Lucas, but Plasma Fury on the backline, stealing a ton of damage from Velo. He does have the Boundless Strike in 10 seconds, and they want to go back in. Fury, popping the Fury swipes? Or you could try and swipe into In Your Dream? I don't think so. Song of the Siren, they really want to force the issue here, but they're just too slow. Look at Boom. Perfect disengagement, and looks like they will find the Bat Rider as well. Alright, with the Elfine, bang, and down goes Saint Lucas. So they do find 1 kill with the Song of the Siren. That's not that bad.
Yep, they do kill the Baron and the Queen of Pain, so those are 2 big kills. At the same time here, Furo will go back to bottom lane, potentially still going for that Blink Dagger. We don't know for sure because if they feel like they can get kills with the Blink Dagger, then they probably should opt to go for the Blink Dagger since they want to create space for the Naga to actually farm his Radiance. So an item pickup that can help them fight would be more ideal in this scenario. But at the same time, if they think they should be avoiding fights, then Morbid Mask into the MOM build could be better since you can allow himself to farm more and get potentially a Roshan out of it as well.
Indeed, and this ward's gonna scout Furo. He's gonna have his dagger after this bounty rune. And top lane, they're just creating some serious space. Looking for the X mark. Torrent's gonna be a bit off the mark. In Your Dream, providing the vision for the ship. In Your Dream, static link. 1 more hit. Oh no, he's stolen too much damage. And Veal, the turnaround. Now looking for the ship. Oh, they actually get the In Your Dream kill. Fly solo, telekinesis lift. He has the void to use. Torrent onto 2. Now we're gonna see some flashy bits of teamwork here and there, but Fly Solo will die anyways. And this is where the Miracle Naga illusions will start to farm crazy. And regen rune bottom as well.
Radiant think fortification can save them.
Right, and I think at the rate this pace of the game is going, they might actually be doing quite well. Alright, they find the X mark. Kescute flying up into the air, and they get the kill here onto Pharaoh. So not all is lost. Showing off that Blink Dagger for him.
Yep. I mean, they do have the heroes to fight. The Kunkka support brings that to the table as well with that boat effect. It's a low CD ultimate as well, which does a lot of work if actually well executed. And the Blink Dagger being picked up, looking to get another kill straight off the bat. He does go into the enemy jungle. They do want to force that tier 1 at top, and they're expecting people to go there and defend it, and that's why Furo's kind of going around it. They do have that ward as well, spotting any heroes that come by. That being said though, the Night Stalker kind of read that a little bit and started going into the top side area where there's a lot of trees for him to get kind of, you know, backup TPs if they do decide to kind of dive in there. But at the same time, I think this is a fight where they have to really rely on the Blink Dagger, on the Bat Rider. They do have the global combo as well, and here we go.
Looking for the X mark into the Torrent. They will find the Bat Rider, but down goes Velo. And Screen looking for the ship. He might need to TP out here, but they should have enough to at least break his TP. Hello, will it be enough damage? Oh no, it will not. He actually gets out. But Kescute, they do find another +2 intelligence here. He's been involved in 9 kills already, so that's pretty big for Kescute. His damage is going to slowly rack up. And I want to point out that Miracle actually went into the Boots of Travel first, not the Radiance Rush.
Yep, I mean, they do have the heroes to fight. Maybe the BOTs to also contribute into fights as well. So for example, he can push out a lane and then kind of BOT towards the lane that they're fighting, or even just BOTing somewhere else to keep farming quicker, in a sense that he can get to more creeps quicker than a Radiance Rush. But at the same time, it's a little weird as well. I do remember Chains, one of the expert C players in terms of Naga, also opted for this build quite often. Mainly because you didn't have the start that you wanted. And as you can see here, Miracle doing miracle things, creep skipping under the tier 2 and tier 3 middle lane. Utilizing the illusions very deeply, which means he can get to the enemy jungle camps and the enemy lanes at a faster rate.
Yeah, and he plays this style a lot. Meanwhile, top lane, they do find the Velo kill again. So Velo will have to play that sacrificial lamb kind of play. Jabrami, Miracle TPing straight to the bottom lane, and you can start to see the appeal behind that Boots of Travel as well, not to mention the TP cooldown is shorter. So they will take the top tier 1. But Miracle is farming away like a beast. He started out with the Boots of Travel, he just farmed a 1300 gold in the past minute, so that's really quick. And because he cut that creep wave early on, tier 1 tower did fall middle lane. Smoke play.
I was about to mention that as well. He is forcing the enemy to move around because he's cutting creeps, but at the same time, the rest of the team are looking for kills and looking to take towers. The smoke does break and they do spot out Furo. So In Your Dream should be okay here. It does end up TPing out.
Oh, really?
But it looks like we might see a play again from Boom. They do have their combo again. The Lusu, the Global is up. So we might see a smoke play being used here to catch the Naga.
Yeah, I do realize that the way Miracle plays. Oh, hold that. Yep. Joe Cam should be down here. So Furo, much better performance from him this game. He is keeping up a net worth with In Your Dream. Yeah, and I was going to point out that Miracle plays his Naga really deep. Like, he likes to get behind enemy lines, constantly cutting creep waves. Like, I think at one point, if he ever plays Naga on the Dire, like, they used to have this thing where he would be farming in the Radiant jungle somewhere in this corner, back then, before the 7.0 map. And he would just constantly stick around that area, keeping 3 lanes pushed in, cutting creep waves, and you would never be able to push past the river. Right.
Yeah, that's true. And as you can see, he's constantly pushing out middle, and he's been trying to push out the bottom at the same time, allowing his team to rotate top and get some tier 1, and now going for the tier 2 now. At the same time, he's almost got his relic as well, not too far actually.
And it's going to be in good timing.
Quite a quick boost. Yeah, I mean, he did get the BOTs, what, a few minutes ago only, and now he's very close to his relic, so his speed of farm has accelerated a lot. The towers
they want to jump into the Bat Rider here. Global silence for them to disengage, but the Jingu Mastery, he needs one more hit now, going over the cliff, and Velo will once again pay for it with his life. Over in the bottom lane, just Miracle doing Naga things. And okay, Radiance on the Relic on the way in 1,100 gold. I really like how fast he's just controlling his illusions. This is some really sick micro. Alright, so Boom
It
ID
seems like Boom ID is kind of
lost.
a little sketchy now. Yeah, they don't exactly know how to play against this right now. And as you can see for WG, they have 2 deep wards in the enemy top side, one in the jungle, one in the middle, and actually one in the top lane as well, which is about to expire, which was behind that tier 1. But I mean, it's up to Boom to kind of dictate the pace of the game. They will not be able to win this later stages of the game. They don't have the scaling, and they don't really have the heroes to kind of deal with the Naga illusions. They can't clear it fast enough. So they need to make sure they get kills, they get towers, and kind of force it. Smoke being kind of detected though by the ward in the middle lane.
And they had no idea, so they're going to try for a Firefly lasso. They might be able to find the Monkey King.
I mean, WG should try to avoid this unless they can break the smoke, because
they find the monkey, breaking the trees, 5-second stun. So down goes Monkey. And did they use a global for that? No, sorry, it was on cooldown. And meanwhile, Miracle, Relic already completed. Very soon in 400 gold.
Yep.
He is crazy farmed. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even sure how he's getting this farm this quick. And Pharaoh finding himself a kill into Jocam. Although he might get caught out over here, he has to make it to the shrine. Screen TPing in, looking for the Torrent. It looks like they might find Sandy Lucas. Telekinesis lift. Fiora's gonna try and man fight over here into In Your Dream. The Sonic Wave is stealing all that damage. Down goes Fiora. Mega kill going to In Your Dream. Sandy Lucas on the hunt for Screen. Looking for the Wild Torrent. Gonna be off the mark. In Your Dream. Dream will sell. They're getting tons of kills here, so it's gonna be a 2-for-1. And it's TP out. Meanwhile, Miracle just cutting 2 waves by himself. And look at the tier 1 tower getting harassed.
Yeah. This is what he does.
This is annoying.
WG, they need to realize they can't fight into Boom. Boom obviously wants to take fights, and they want fights to kind of transition into objectives as well, not just winning one fight, because winning your fight won't win them the game. They need to get towers, they need to get map control, they need to get Rosh before going high ground, whereas they have a ticking time bomb at the same time with Miracle's Naga here, which was an excellent pick for this game.
And now 4100 gold, he already can afford the relic, now needs to farm up the recipe. Sneaky play, a bit of cheeky play down there from the Rubik just now. He had the blink, so he actually lifted up the Queen of Pain, stealing her regen rune. And you can sort of feel like Boom ID are getting a bit frustrated and, like you said, sketchy, because they really don't know what to do. Like, yeah, you can keep fighting, but while you're doing that, Miracle is utilizing the map really nicely. You can push out one lane, but he pushes out 2. And once he gets the Radiance, you're gonna feel the pain of everyone who's ever played against Naga. Like, Miracle's Naga. And you'll start to see why, guys. Back then, when you played against Miracle, the first hero you banned was Naga. Do you remember that, Darcy? I think you, like, even when on your CSW days, right? You guys would first ban the Naga no matter what.
Yeah. And here we go. Rubik getting fought out. And he'll be going down. They do utilize the lasso here, which means that they can't actually kill another core with it. Queen of Pain is pushing bot, does get caught out by Fiora, just telling to back away from my tower, mate. But at the same time, you see Boom kind of wants to push all the lanes at the same time so that they can actually take some tier 2 towers. But Miracle decides to TP straight up to top lane to, you know, keep the pressure on, force enemy rotations back to top. But at the same time, Fiora is looking for a play here. Look how aggressively he's running into his own jungle, even though he knows they're all around there. He's in search of enemies. Same with Velo as well. He did spot out the Queen of Pain, so Fiora's rotating back here.
But
let's see if they can make this work.
Screen should be dying here, and this way they know that their hero's there. But let's see if they can actually try and get a kill onto anyone. Here comes Fiora, no blinking away to the tier 2 immediately, but they cut the tree.
Nice.
Velo in some serious trouble. Ballner strike on 2, but that's the end of that story, and nothing that this Monkey King can do. Jocam, he wants to go for Fly Solo, but Fly Solo waddling his little legs all the way back. And Miracle just got the Radiance. Now we can start to see his farm really accelerate at an alarming rate. If you thought he was farming up quick just now, guys, the things are about to get a lot scarier.
Yep, he does have the Radiance as well now, so his split pushing will be a lot more effective from here on out. And what Boom needs to do is they need one hero that can constantly push the lane very far away and then rejoin with the rest of the team and push one of the opposing lanes. But they don't really have a hero that can kind of do that. They don't have BOTs on Queen of Pain or Razor, and I think even if Velo plays on that side, he can kind of force them out as well. They need to be scared about either Firo or Velo camping that lane they're trying to push very far out. So it's not very easy for Boom. They kind of need to rely on getting pickoffs or mistakes from WG, which is not an ideal situation. But as you can see here, Boom does know that Rosh is being done. Batrider is around. The rest of the team isn't close enough though, but he does decide to go
the global
in.
silence as well. They want to try and kill the Firo, but they won't be able to drag him onto the cliff. He's gonna pop the Enrage. Boundless strike onto 2, looking for the ship. They caught the Queen of Pain, but the Yo steps up into the air. The Torrent. A nice diffusal blade from Velo to actually bring back down that Queen of Pain. They still can't kill her off. KSQ really close to dying, and actually they do kill Firo in your dream with the static link play. Miracle doesn't have any mana, but he has it enough for the song. He doesn't want to go back in to save his teammates. And boom, going to check the Roshan out, and they realize it's still above half HP. Can they do this, Roshan?
And that's a very big misplay here by WG. If they kept playing the game the pace they were, then it could have got to a point where Naga pushed all the lanes out and Rosh would have been uncontested. But they try to do it too early, allowing Boom to get that pick off on the Ursa, and now they get the Rosh themselves, which means that thing I was talking about where one hero can push the lane very far on its own, they can do that now because they do have the Aegis and he won't be able to die twice. Queen of Pain does take it and he's going straight towards the top lane to do the pushing, and then they'll try to regroup, maybe potentially in the middle lane, and get that tier 2 afterwards. The global is down though, and the Lasso is up soon-ish, but they should still be able to force a play here with the Aegis. Now the question is, can Miracle cut the creeps before they do this?
I think he should be able to.
That's what he needs to do.
Man,
He's sending one middle already, one illusion middle, and looks like they're going to make a smoke play behind Miracle as well in the bottom side.
I think
this is a very risky play here though.
I think they've seen this coming. They have the song if they want to disengage, so maybe not that bad. And they immediately take care of the Batrider, so this is where Boom ID they can't force the issue. No buyback as well. Oh, X Mark, very very nice. The Torrent actually no, very very quick Yield Scepter.
Bottom tower is about to flounder.
Alright, now they just keep doing miracle things. Does he stay with them or does he want to like go back? That's the question. And they take the tier 1 tower onto Firo. So Boom looking a bit lost. They have an 8k advantage. KSQ actually forced that forward. They want to try and find some kills. Just cutting down the tree just in case the Monkey King was hanging around. But Miracle's already at the top lane doing Naga things. You have to be frustrated right now.
Aghanim's pick up here by In Your Dream as well. This is also a sieging item. He needs to be able to push the towers quick enough before Miracle can kind of rat him down. And Aghanim's does give him that. He also gets a little bit more tankier too. But this is a really nice pickup actually. I really like seeing this kind of situation pickup by a more inexperienced team than other base teams. They do have In Your Dream, who's been around for a while. He hasn't really been playing in more, I guess, famous team. He did play for Fnatic a little bit, but he decided to leave. I felt like they just didn't synergize with him at the same time. Top lane, as we were speaking, Batrider gets caught again. But Boom, In Your Dream still is pushing middle actually, and I think they might continue or get some deep wards out.
Can they though? This is really scary. You don't want to be initiating into the high ground with Song. And not to mention, Miracle's just cutting the creep wave pretty well, farming the enemy jungle.
But can they kill him though? They do have Solar Crest, he's got Aghanim's Inner Hood. There's also Shivers on the Queen of Pain here, and Global, plus a 4-staff to disengage as well. So it's not that risky. They do get the damage out of the tower, so they might just retreat now, since the Aghanim's ulti is
Miracle's
down.
got the courier?
Dire's courier just went belly up.
Cheeky. Silencer though gets caught on the way back, and he should be going down.
Yeah, they don't want to find into the shrine here. This is really, really bad. They have to back off. And there's Miracle. Miracle actually might get caught out. Yes, he will. The silence, perfect timing. And now this is where they decide to turn. Boom ID with the lasso. Can they kill Firo off? He's going to start swiping away into Joe Cam. Actually juking the ship just at the very last second. And now telekinesis onto the Queen of Pain. Fly solo in some waterfeds, going for the optimistic TP out. Will he die there? We will see. Yes, Dreamo Cell getting another kill. If Firo in a world of hurt, he will go down. And they have the Eye of the Storm. They can actually push.
Yep.
Boom are actually able to push.
Where the Aghanim's pickup will
really
be very handy on it.
And not to mention the tower is really almost half HP down. This is really, really bad. Okay, now back, no more back to protection.
They
This
do
might
have
actually force that
buyouts,
buybacks.
yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But they won't use it because Miracle's buyout, I mean, he's only got 10 seconds left. You don't really want to buy in this kind of situation, but because of that kind of decision, they'll lose a Rax here for free.
Radiant's middle barracks
Right, so they do get the melee barracks, and boom, the itemization has really been paying off. These tiny decisions here and there. So they do find a bit of space, and it means that the shrines are now exposed. Dream Marcel has had some amazing plays this game, I'm not gonna lie. Like, several times he's got an X mark, he'll just blink out Yoceptors at the right time and jukes everything. If not for Velo.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me a bit of FN. The way he plays, the heroes he plays, they're all these heroes that have snowballing capabilities, a lot of burst, a lot of damage, but strong laning capabilities as well, and he kind of displays like how he plays in the laning phase. After he gets that head start, he just goes from lane to lane, finds kills, and keeps playing aggressive throughout the whole game. But that being said, they still have the Aegis here. If they want to make another play, they can.
The next one should probably be around the top lane where they can take the tier 2 towers. Without the outer towers, you're just destroying any map control that WG even has. Whatever little is left anyways. So the Illusion's now going to scout things out inside the jungle. No okay, Mantis are up on the Naga side, so that's going to help him at least with the
Here we
silence.
go, Miracle though getting caught.
Static lane, Global Land's going to be popped out. They had the last one to the Monkey King in the back line. But okay, Razor getting brought up by the ship. Vila going to TP out. Now they're going to use the song to disengage Miracle. Is there any way to cancel this? No, they do not. And so he's actually going to get out. So no losses, but that was the Song of the Siren used.
Yep. A little bit of a misplay here by Boom. They might have miscommunicated a bit.
Oh, screen! What are you? What are you?
Gone.
Screen? Feed? Is this a feed? Is this tactical feed?
I mean, if they ended up lassoing the Naga there, they might have had a chance of killing him. But they decided to try and lasso the Monkey King, I think, at the start. I think just a little bit of a miscommunication problem there. But regardless, the lanes are okay for Boom, which means they can just go high ground here. They do have the Ags pick up, which is up in 5 seconds out of Storm. The Aegis is down, but regardless, they are obviously a team that's ahead. They don't really need to be so scared.
And they know that there's no Song of the Siren for a while.
They decide to go back, kill off the shrines, playing it a little slower, but at the same time, at this point, they're not so scared dragging out the game, because in about 3 to 4 minutes, Rosh is up, they can do that again and repeat what they were doing before.
I like what Miracle's doing. Look at this, is so annoying. Once again, cutting 2 lanes by himself, and this will allow Warriors Gaming to at least push up the top lane. What's the next item up here for Boom ID? What are the next items? ATOS coming up, the Silencer, Queen of Pain, Shiva's Yules, nothing the quick buy just yet. Razor's actually going for a Diffusal Blade. What's the logic behind the Diffusal Blade this game?
Okay, pick up by the Queen of Pain right now.
Ah, okay, he just got it.
The Diffusal Blade? Was that what you said?
Yeah, you said, why is In Your Dream going for a Diffusal Blade? Is this to deal with the kite around the Ursa maybe? Is this to, you know, mess around with the Monkey King? Or is this just to deal with Naga?
Interesting. It's mainly, I wouldn't say it's to deal with Naga, but as you said, it's more of a kiting item. It does give him some damage, but at the same time, they can't really just all in the Razor at this point. So it's an interesting item. I don't think it will apply too much though in this game. I don't think it will do as much as it seems. Because they're already ahead, right? I mean, if anything, you can just go for a Maelstrom and can kill the illusions a lot quicker, push the lanes a lot faster as well. Or even an item such as a Deso, a Butterfly, any damage kind of item for sieging also helps. But regardless, he must have something in mind regarding his item pickup here. So we'll see.
Meanwhile, Night Stalker just completed his Aghanim Scepter. Alright, map hack incoming, and this is going to be really good at catching on Miracle. Especially if he's like hiding in the trees or something, playing the guerrilla warfare style. This is a great item in just securing map control. So after the Aghanims, this should be a gem on the way. Meanwhile, Invis rune again on Saint de Lucas.
I'd like to see the rest of the team doing more though. Miracle is pushing the lanes out, but they're not setting up. Excuse me, they're not setting up for any potential pickoffs. They're not setting up one lane expecting a hero to come by. They're just all sitting around the base.
So what is the play which you were suggesting, or would you like to see them do? Would you like them to smoke out, maybe camp a lane, wait for one hero to go push the wave back out?
They definitely need to play for Roshan. The Roshan is up already, and they should know that the timing minimum is up. I'm not sure if they have any smokes left, because they've been using a lot. I think there's one on the Rubik. This might be the last one. But, like, for example, they can go into their jungle, D-ward, they do have the gem, but here we go, they are actually finally going to do something. They have the smoke play, they're going to the enemy side, but going up this hill could be a problem, and Night Stalker kind of expects
it.
They
nighttime
do
boundless
see Velo
strike
here.
onto the Queen of Pain, but immediately they get out.
Oh,
they cut
when
the
they cut
tree! Jokam, the Monkey Slayer! Okay, the ship disconnected.
Boat is down as well here.
Oh, this could be really bad. Shiva's guard doesn't really get the slow onto screen, but Dreamo Cell, he's just blinking forward, no fear whatsoever. And it looks like they want to find Fiero, popping the BKB. Torin well connected to Dreamo Cell, but now they want to chase Fiero down. If they find the last soul as well, telekinesis, maybe stun some heroes up. But Ursa should be dead. They need to try for the TP out. And in your dream, actually killing a Fly Solo. Oh, they cancel his TP. Fiero is dead, 4 heroes down, and Boom ID have the opportunity to try and push, but the waves are not in their favor. Naga Gaming.
Yep. Also, they have plenty of time. They can push out, as you saw, BOT's pick up from In Your Dream. He cleared out middle, but the Naga Illusions once again trying to cut the creeps, and he will be successful. Some more time bought by Miracle. They do have 20 seconds on the Ursa here, which should be plenty for him to come back. They don't really have anything to lose at middle, only the range racks, which isn't really a big deal, but Roshan might be the objective here for Boom.
Okay, this is... Okay, it does seem like maybe he's just playing the farming simulator, but it takes really good... I don't want to be... I'm not trying to be biased to Miracle, but the timing in which he memorizes to cut the creep wave is just exceptional. And alright, now they wanted to go straight for the Roshan Solar Crest. And can they steal this Roshan? It is going down quite quickly. Boom Mighty about to secure themselves a second lane of barracks maybe.
Well, the lanes are kind of in a decent scenario here. They do have BOTs on the Razor, so he can clear out the lanes and then TP back to wherever they're grouping up, which seems to be top lane right now. And it's going to be very hard. Oh, global being used.
And Velo goes down. So, but on the bright side, it's only onto Velo. But hey, Dreamo Cell.
Dreamo Cell.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Does he remind you a bit of James?
Well.
Does he play similar to James? A little bit, right?
From Execration. Yep.
Aggressive style. Like, if you had to compare, like, between Indonesians and Filipinos, who would you say is the slightly more aggressive culture? Because I realize they play a very similar, like, okay, we say it in Malay, like, very garang, you know, very, like, really sometimes overly aggressive playstyle. But who would you say is more aggressive?
I think overall the Filipino scene is a lot more aggressive. But I guess their heroes are very different as well, now that you think about it. Indonesians don't tend to play many Parks, like they do play it, but they don't... When you think of Filipino heroes, like Park is one of the go-to, Queen of Pain as well, but Indonesia as well has the Queen of Pain. Invoker, Indonesians really love. And the Filipinos don't actually have that many Invoker players, right? I think Abed was one of them. So it's, I guess, very different in terms of like what they favor in heroes.
Right, okay, and then right click Dreamo Cell down the use steps to actually disengage. Now fighting to the Wukong's command, he needed the ship. The ship won't actually land. Now using the ensnare, catching into In Your Dream. Naga Illusion is trying to do whatever damage he can, just being a huge pain in the ass. Fury once again, can he swipe down In Your Dream? He has the Aegis. I heard someone pop the cheese. Dreamo Cell, he did pop the cheese. Sonic Wave is actually completely spiff, but barely catching the Fly Solo just at the tail end. Oh, Jokam is going in with the Hunter of the Night just to get the gem back. And looking at Firo, static link damage, losing 63 damage, but it's okay. In Your Dream really wants to lose that Aegis. Okay, they find the stolen lasso onto Fly Solo. Can they kill Dreamo Cell? Fly Solo, there was a dieback. And In Your Dream now having to disengage. He will run away. Dreamo Cell, use up into the air. Can they catch him off? Another ensnare? They need to kill him off. They can't kill anyone on the side of Boom ID, and Warriors Gaming might lose Fiero. Aegis will be popped. And this is where they try to fight. Into the base. In Your Dream, gonna start right-clicking away. Down goes Velo, the Monkey Slayer once more. Yep, Eye of the Storm. And there we go. Using the song, they want to try and get some fights here.
Still rocking on the buildings here.
Yep. And alright, here comes Velo. Angry, he wants to kill Batman. Fiero, can he kill him? Who's gonna win? Lightning Revenant is walking around doing all that damage to Fiero, and with the scream, Fiero might actually die here. The miss, it's okay, we won't finally die with no buyback, and Velo about to die another time. Miracle against the wall. And even he and his famous Naga cannot carry against Boomighty's Nakama. That teamwork is just too strong.
Yep, they played very well around the Razor
Miracle,
here,
what?
but...
What?
Okay, what happened there?
Illusion maybe?
The Naga illusion? Yeah,
Naga
the illusion
illusion?
killed him.
Alright, so but they do hold the melee barracks, so you lose 3 heroes. I don't even know what's going on right now.
Well, buyouts were committed there by Velo and the Rubik, but still not really a bigger loss as we thought it would be. They did have Aegis and Cheese on top of that as well, and they took out 3 of the heroes. I think the gems as well was lost from Boom. They got both of them, I think. WG. Let me have a look here. Where's the gems? Where's the gems?
Miracle.
Oh, no, the courier got it. Okay, the courier must have got the gems, or someone took it and put it back in base from Boom. They do have both gems now.
Okay, yeah, both gems all the way back to base, like you said. And I like their D wards, especially the ones in the lanes where they can tell if... You know, when I know you just now you said that Warriors Gaming, you weren't a fan of the 4 teammates just waiting inside the base, and now it's even harder for them to leave the base. Just look at the 2 side lanes.
Yeah.
Observer Watch just waiting there.
This is the beauty about Night Stalker. You have Aghanims, you have Gem, you can see everything before they can see you. Darkness cancels out vision, and look at that, he just kills the wood freshly planted by Fly Solo.
Saint Delucas looking for another last soul kill. They have the Global Silence combo which they can use, but they don't want to use it onto just a lone Rubik. There is no vision at night. Are you afraid of the dark? You should be. The Void. Alright, screen. Into the grave he goes. Nowhere to go.
He does have buyout here, but that's not the only kill they're looking for. But Velo does manage to get out.
So we're gonna see if Naga Illusions can somewhat buy any more time for his team. 19 to 40. Boom ID have an amazing net worth advantage. The economy is looking so healthy. Every single one of them super farmed. And this Ursa, which was kind of doing okay.
Pick up Octarine Core. Okay.
He wants to kill Kez. Cute.
Well, that's an interesting one.
Using the ATOS. They have to know that's the real one. They have to know that's the real one. Gonna chase him. Can they kill the silencer? Oh dear. Alright, so using the illusions to bait just in case. And should be cutting the base. Yep. Tier 3 tower already going down. Eye of the Storm, Aghanims, Razor. Big Fury popping that rage. He wants to right click down this Razor. Can he do it though? Can he? He's actually gonna get out. Oh, Static Link. He's gonna steal some of that damage away. Pharaoh. They want to really right click him down, but they can't.
And look at the healing from the Octarine Core.
Kite the Angry Ogre. Oh, and Fiero will be forced to buy back. Fly Solo going down one more time for the count. And Fiero, he can't right-click down this Razor. They just cannot kill him. And the Solar Crest with the earned charges, he's not dying at all. And Miracle, he really wants to fight here. Hexamark, Yule Scepter, do they have a Song of Siren if they want to fight? Snare, alright, this is where they fight. They will right-click down this Queen of Pain and Dreamo Cell. Blink out, actually no, he's not dead just yet. And Miracle's still on the hunt. He's even popped the Flutter. They want to kill him off, but they just can't find any spell to land. And Boom ID will just disengage perfectly, only losing their silencer in the process. They still want to find Saint Delucas, but he's going to shrine up. And this is where you don't want to find into the shrine. But over the top lane?
Yep.
Oh, they won't even get any damage.
They didn't lose a Rax either, though. The tower did go down. They get another deep ward. As you said, these wards here placed by Boom are giving a lot of vision.
Right. I have to ask, is Miracle trolling here? I see a Dagon in the quick bar.
No. I knew you were gonna mention that. I've been waiting.
You've been waiting. Oh, debated, boys.
I've been waiting, man. I've got the high ground. And I don't know, I mean,
like
Dagon it actually makes a lot of sense here because
also
they're having a lot of problem kind of bursting a hero down. There is BKBs on the Queen of Pain and they have a hood, sorry, on the Razor, but so many times I see this Razor just kind of barely making a way out of the fight. If they do have a Dagon, he does die fairly quickly, but at the same time it doesn't really do too much as well. I mean, you could get a pretty big item. He does have Octarine, Manta, Rad, Butterfly. He could get a Heart and just get in the middle of the fight. Or even like a Hex as well could help because they kind of lack a bit of lockdown. They can't really rely on the Kunkka too much because of the global as well.
Top lane, they want to try and kill Cute. Oh, he's so cute and he's dead. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Keskute or is it Keskate? I don't know.
I'd assume Q, but I'm not sure.
They pop the darkness. Night Stalker on the hunt. Looking big and angry.
Yep,
They
and they
found
spot
Fly
Fox
Solo. Everyone else run.
They want
Everyone else
Velo,
TP out. They're just playing with the food.
He wants Velo, but
Oh, they're just ignoring him.
run
Hunter
Velo.
the night. Run! Oh, they cancel it.
I'll see you later. See you in Afterlife.
That was so sad. This is sad. This is sad. They just ignored the Rubik and just went all the way straight north. Did he not have a TP?
Priorities, man. Priorities.
Couldn't he have just TP'd out straight away?
Velo?
Yeah.
If it was not on cooldown, then yeah.
Oh
We
shit.
don't know for sure. It might have been on cooldown for a little bit.
Well, on the bright side, Naga Illusion still keeping 2 waves in considerable control, where they can't really push past the river because he's just constantly cutting and he's trying to get some damage onto the tier 2 towers. This is very, very difficult. I'm not a fan of the Daggett because I think it doesn't really contribute much in terms of your illusion rat, but maybe I'm just thinking too much on the rat part. Like,
Yeah, they need to make sure they can fight, and I think the Dagon plus the Octarine combo would be nice because cooldown reduction on it would be quite big. But at the same time, is they have BKBs, they have a hood, they can't really make that much use on the cores. The Dagon utilized it on the cores, so I mean he can kill the Bat Rider, the Silencer fairly quick, or even the Night Stalker. But it's just not ideal.
alright, so bottom lane, Ursa still trying to get some rat dota up. Fiero, he's even going for a diffusal blade this game.
Man, look how big the Silencer is as well. He's almost has a Hex.
40 intel, dude. He's been involved in half his team kills. 20
Smart,
kills.
man, smart.
He's a smart man. So smart intelligence wins you games. And right now they pop the Song of the Siren. They will find that 1 kill in the backline, which is Fly Solo. But Dreamo Cell, he's gonna blink out. Nothing they can do. Popping the BKB, getting the lasso onto Miracle. They know he doesn't have the Song. Sonic Wave comes out. Dreamo Cell, that lifesteal, the Bloodthorn.
Yeah.
Look at Miracle, static link, minus 270 damage. Thank you for the rapier damages in your dream. And alright, that will be the melee. Barracks going down. The top lane is dead. And nothing that Miracle can do. If he dies here, it's all over. He doesn't have evasion. They're going to push Miracle back. Miracle, you are the saving grace. Dagon Gaming! But somehow still alive. The last word should be enough to kill him off here. He will actually go down 2 minutes without Miracle. Naga in your dream also dies. And the buybacks galore come up from Boom ID. They have done it. This should be GG right here if they just all go back in. Joe Cam actually going to turn around, full team wipe. And Warriors Gaming, they call it. Even the Miracle Naga cannot withstand this onslaught of Indonesian aggression.
Yeah, a little desperate there with the Dagon, but I mean, at that point in time, they need to fight, they need some damage, and I guess Dagon is one way to approach it. Regardless, well played by Boom here. They played the lanes again really well. They had that head start, kind of shut down the Ursa early game, same with Philo. But overall, they just had the really good itemization to deal with the Naga split, and they knew what to do. They did look a little sketchy at one point when the ratting started, but they kind of figured out and adapted to the situation. It was really good to see, in fact.
This was really, really sad. I was quite excited to see the Miracle Naga, so I probably was a bit biased just a bit, but this game was really hard. This game was hard.
Yeah,
just a bit, right? Just a little bit. But this game, Boom ID really impressed. And once again, I'm really impressed by Dreamo Cell. Like, the way he plays, the lane is really crazy. He's aggressive, and at the same time, he knows his rotations have also been on point. Like, I think like the synergy between him and Joe Cam is really spot on. And I hope to see these guys go further on into other tournaments.
Yep.
Alright, so that was that's our last best of 3 for today on the Star Letter C qualifiers. We'll be back for more tomorrow, another 2 best of 3s, which I will be casting tomorrow. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the cast, besides game 1 where I know we had a couple of technical glitches here and there. But alright, Darcy, any last words? Any shoutouts?
No, that's about it. I mean, I really enjoyed seeing Boom ID play. I was hoping that this would go for a game 3. But unfortunately, it did not. Boom ID just really displayed good teamwork, good synergy, and they knew what they needed to do to win the game, despite that the Naga was kind of a surprise pick. So I kind of want to see more of them in the future, and I hope they do well in StarLoader, in fact.
Alright, so there we go, and this will conclude our games. I'll be leaving the stream in just for a tiny bit, play a bit more music, and thank you all for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the games of the cast. You can follow us on social media at Hades.TV and at go.au. So have a good night, everybody. See you guys next time.